You're listening to Convenience Matters, brought to you by NACS. We'll talk about what we see at stores and what the future may hold for our industry.
Welcome, everyone, to Convenience Matters. My name is Chris Blasinsky with NACS. And I'm joined today by my good friend and my colleague, Jeff McQuilkin, who is has a little project right now called the NACS Show. At this recording, we're actually about 60 days out. So Jeff and I thought we would sit down with you guys and share some of the excitement that we're going to see, because we're anticipating a pretty robust and amazing NACS show this year. October 1st through the 4th in Las Vegas. And hello, Jeff. How are you?
I'm good, Chris. Thanks for having me.
So you're not stressed out or anything?
We just booked our plane tickets. What's that?
No stress.
We just booked our plane tickets yesterday for Atlanta, so that means it's
Atlanta
coming real soon.
That's next year.
Yeah, excuse me, for Las Vegas.
Okay.
I know where I'm going.
Sure. No pressure. No pressure. So this year we're pretty excited, right? Like last year we were able to pull off the NACS show live, which was pretty fantastic in Chicago. And, this year we're hoping, one of the things that was different in Chicago was that we didn't have the international attendance, thanks to this thing called a pandemic that we normally would have. So this year we're really looking forward to bringing those international attendees back to our show.
Yeah, absolutely. We're very excited about that. We were super proud of what we did in Chicago last year. It wasn't the biggest NACS show we've ever done, but in my opinion, in many ways, it was one of the best we've ever done. And I've heard that from many of our retail member attendees and our supplier member exhibitors. But this year, our theme is full speed ahead, and that's what we're doing. We're not just back to normal. In fact, we are going to be going bigger and better, I think, than ever before, or at least within the last several years. I think it's just going to be a fantastic event and much needed by the industry, and we can't wait to get started with it.
Yeah. Well, Vegas is always a good draw for us, right? Everybody loves Vegas. Yeah. Everybody wants to come to Vegas.
It is.
But
of the three cities we rotate between, Vegas usually gets the highest attendance. Yeah.
Yeah. So just for the audience, so we start, pretty early on in the year with opening up registration for exhibitors to get their booths and everything. But the Hunter Club members, who are, our premier, excellent, we love them, supplier members who are heavily invested in our industry, they actually get booth selection pretty close after the previous NACS show. So those booths were picked, late, November-ish last year?
We work with them in December. So, the trade show process really is like a 14 or 15 month process. When I was speaking about Atlanta earlier, we're in Atlanta next year. We already have started working on the floor plan for Atlanta in October 2023. So when we get back from the show this year in October, we'll take a little bit of a break, and then we will start gearing up right away to work with our Hunter Club members in December, and then all of our valued regular supplier members at the turn of the year.
Yeah. So I say that because I know there's some folks who might say, "Oh, the NACS show, that looks fun. Maybe I should get a booth." But if you're you're thinking that's going to happen right now, 2023 might be your better bet.
We've been pretty much sold out since May, maybe early June, and we're really fortunate to be able to do that, to have this demand, and we're kind of proud of that. But unfortunately, the downside is that if you're kind of late to the game, we'll do our best to maybe accommodate you if we can, but probably going to end up on a wait list. So that the key to getting in the NACS show, to a successful NACS show, is to start early.
Yeah. So we started this, I think, 4 or 5 years ago? New Exhibitor Area. Right. So that was, we opened that up because, so that was our way initially of, there's all these, so people come to the NACS show because they want to see the new products. They want to see what's cool, what's new, what's exciting, something that, can delight customers. And, oftentimes it's those smaller new companies or new to the industry, really. And they end up on a wait list. Right. So we started the New Exhibitor Area, and what do we have? About 200?
little bit less, 160, 170 companies maybe. And yeah, you're
10 by 10
right.
booths.
Because otherwise, as a brand new company, they haven't exhibited with us. They haven't earned what we call points to sort of, be able to get in and have the priority to get in. So we save a certain amount of booths for them, and it's turned out to be one of the most popular areas of the exhibit floor, the new exhibitor area.
Yeah, you can really spend a lot of quality time in there.
You can, and if you're thinking about coming to the NACS show, the first hour of the first 2 days of the expo, which would be Sunday and Monday, the 2nd and 3rd of October, is dedicated only to the new exhibitor area. So you would go in directly from outside the convention center, and you'll see the entrance there by the shuttle bus drop off. You can go there starting as early as 10:30, and that's the only game in town from 10:30 to 11:30. And then at 11:30, we open the whole show floor up. So it's great for these first time exhibitors because they get a dedicated audience, and it's great for the attendees too, because they get to budget that extra time to spend with these guys in there with, these new products and services. So
staying on new products, also, I've been at NACS now for 17 years, and one of my first NACS shows, we were in the infancy of the cool new products preview room, where I believe it was just some nice looking cabinetry and some products on top of it, and blink and you would have missed it. Now the cool new products preview room is, you got to go in there, right? You got to go in there.
Yeah, so that's another one of the most favorite destinations at the show. The cool new products area this year will be in the lobby in the main concourse at the convention center between our two main exhibit halls. So you can't miss it. There'll be hundreds of products on display there. Now, this area is not staffed by any exhibitor like you would see on the show floor. It's simply the product with some information and a QR code, and you can scan it with your phone, and then it kind of works as like a two-way lead system. You will get information about the product. The product manufacturer will know that you were interested in their product as well. And yeah, there's always a little bit of a line to get in and walk through there, because it's a great way to see the absolute best and brightest and newest in a short amount of time.
Yeah, and usually we have over 300 or so different products.
Yeah, I think that's about right. Yeah. High 200s at least. Yeah. And
sure.
Everything from candy and gum to artificial intelligence, everything product category that you would see on the show floor is represented in some way within the cool new products pavilion, I think.
Yeah, and then every day, based on those scans, we used to have those little handheld scanners, and then people would get it printed out. Now we use the NACS Show app, where that all
into the app,
right. And so every day, what we do too is we will list the top 10 cool new products based on the scans from the attendees in the room. So it's really cool to see that kind of move throughout the day, and like who's number one, who, the first day is, kind of a good indicator because that's retailer only. But then as we open it up to the rest, like you really start to see some movement in that list.
Yeah, that's always fun to watch.
Yeah. And then we publish it in NACS Magazine and the follow-up. So you get like nice little blue ribbon, like congratulations, everyone's getting. And one of the companies last year that was the top cool new product was Mastion, which we saw also when we did our State of the Industry Summit. They
very cool product.
They showed their product there. Yeah.
Yep. So between those two, Chris, between the new exhibitor area and the cool new products pavilion, you will be caught up on what's new and exciting in our industry.
Yeah.
In just a matter of days.
And just, being out in the field so far this year, filming for Ideas to Go, which we will show at the NACS Show during a general session, we've seen a lot. It's kind of, you see the things that we see at the show, right? And it's just kind of neat to see everything come full circle. And one of the big technologies that we see a lot these days is the self-checkout.
Yep.
So, just, sticking on trends a little bit, as you see the exhibitors roll in, what do you think some of the hot stuff is going to be? You don't have to mention any companies, just kind of some big picture trends.
Well, so speaking of self-checkout, that's going to be one. Cashierless technology. There's a very big brand name retailer that will be at the show displaying their Just Walk Out technology. We're really excited.
I wonder who that could be.
We're excited to have them at the show.
It rhymes with Grandma's-on.
Yeah.
Sorry. Couldn't help it.
Little mom and pop shop. Artificial intelligence is big in general, and we'll still see innovations in point of sale software, loyalty and reward software, inventory optimization software, all that in the technology area. If you want to talk about the in-store merchandise section, which is our largest product section of the show floor by far, things that jump to mind are still kind of healthy snacks, especially plant-based snack offerings and healthy offerings. No surprise, packaged beverage still super hot. All kinds of innovation happening there. Still with spiked seltzers, canned cocktail, energy drinks, still very popular. CBD products will be back at the show for the third year, I think now. You should know that it's all hemp-based CBD offerings, and they won't be allowed to be sampled, but they'll be well represented there. We're on the food service side. Everybody loves the food service section, and the names and brands that you know and love will be there with pizza and subs and chicken. But again, you're going to see the trend with healthy and plant-based offerings in food service. And there will be a couple of name brand chains that are in the food service section this year for the first time, or for at least the first time in a long time. So that's kind of exciting. And then fuel equipment. No surprise, you're going to see products and services that are reflecting the emergence of EVs. So lots of cool stuff coming.
Yeah. I love walking through the car wash area. I love seeing everything spinning and twirling. You just want to run through it.
They can ship an entire car wash to get it set up in 2 or 3 days and have it running, and then break it down in a day and ship it home.
Exactly. So I know you don't work on the education stuff. You're primarily Expo, but we do have a pretty robust education offering. And you and I have actually been working together a bit on this new thing we're doing this year called the NACS Food Safety Conference. And we're really excited about that because I think that, it is speaking to an audience that is kind of underserved in our industry, because we've never had a convenience retail specific event that focuses on food service and safe food handling before. And that's going to be October 1st from 9:30 a.m. to 3:30 p.m. So before the expo opens, but during the education sessions. And, a little bit about that, some of the cool things about that are the speakers. We have Lone Jesperson, who's helping NACS build out the industry-wide food safety culture model that we hope to release, sometime next year. But she's going to, preview that. We have Dr. Ben Chapman, who's going to speak some of what we learned from COVID and how we can, prepare for the next whatever it is. Hopefully not another pandemic, but you never know. And then we have Sean Stevens, who's a food safety attorney, who is going to, lead an afternoon of really just amazing discussion around things like recalls and, how to make sure that your vendor partnerships are up to snuff. And then we're going to finish out the conference with a panel discussion with Jay Ellingson from Quick Trip with the K out of Wisconsin, Jeremy Zenley from EG America, and then Nancy Wilson from Wawa. So we're really excited about that. And the reason that I brought up, because you've noticed that over the years that the food safety element has been building up on our trade show floor, because I think these companies are recognizing that as the food service in our industry is growing at a rapidly fast pace, that food safety, the two are in tandem. You cannot do one without the other.
Absolutely. And, kudos to you, Chris, for recognizing, I think, that the C-store industry has enough, I guess you could say, almost unique challenges that it warrants its own food safety conference that address their specific needs rather than just sort of the general broad topic of food safety. So we're super grateful to Ecolab for sponsoring the concert this year, the conference this year. They will be on the show floor, as will 5 or 6 other food service vendors with products and services that can help you meet your challenges if you are in the food service section.
Yeah. And on top of, all the merchandise and all the fun stuff that we see at the show, there's also, this very robust category management certification workshop that we're having as well, also on Saturday, October 1st. And that just speaks to the growth of, new products, new packaging, new everything, and making sure that those types of products, are front and center in front of customers, and that, retailers can plan for, what the big sellers are, what the hot new trends are. And so that's another kind of pre-conference workshop that we're having.
Yeah. And it's an important part of the total offer of why it's important to come to the NACS show. In 3.5 days, you're going to get caught up on education, on new products, on new services, on trends. And you're going to have networking opportunities, meet old friends again, meet new colleagues and associates. So it's just sort of all part of the package that we offer for the 3 days in Las Vegas.
Yeah. And while, on site and, before our members, we always hear like, when's NACS? When are you coming to NACS? When's NACS happening? And, internally for us, NACS is 1600 Duke Street. That's our headquarters. Right. And we say the NACS show. So, people will call it NACS. That's fine. But we're talking about the NACS show, right? Like that's our brand. That's what we're proud of. And it is, one of the top, I think 40, 50,
top 40, depending on the year. Yeah.
In North America.
Yeah, it's a major event, and we're super proud of it. But it's also important to keep in mind that it's one of many opportunities and events and conferences that we offer throughout the year. Yeah,
and I'm super proud of the fact that we. This is a very fun event for sure. Like we internally even get surprised by the celebrities that we'll see at different booths and all the excitement that they generate. But also we're proud of the fact that this is a business event and our members are super serious about coming and seeing what's new, making those connections and networking and really finding, bringing their teams out so that they can just kind of like divide and conquer the trade show floor based on, their jobs and their expertise and just bring it all back and just prepare and strategize for the next year of where this industry is heading, what the trends are, what they need to be on the lookout for and make investments in moving forward. It really, it's 4 days, but it is a heavy 4 days and you better wear some seriously good walking shoes.
Yeah, you'll definitely get your steps in and you're right. And I think we do a good balance of, some social, some fun, but a lot of good business opportunities and good education opportunities as well to make it really worthwhile your time and effort to make the trip to Vegas.
Yeah. Well, I'm looking forward to it. October 1st through 4th at the Las Vegas Convention Center in Las Vegas, obviously. And, to find more and to register, please go to nacshow.com. Everything you need is there, whether you're trying to register as an attendee, a retailer attendee, or, a supplier member. And we're really, I will say we never talk about the numbers. We never give out registration. Like that's something that we have to rectify kind of after the event, but things are looking pretty good right now. So
they are looking
good.
We'll just say we're very pleased so far.
Yeah, we hope to keep that momentum going, and we're really looking forward to seeing everybody in Las Vegas for the NACS show.
Absolutely.
Well, thank you, Jeff. Thanks for joining us, and we'll talk to everybody soon.
Convenience Matters is brought to you by NACS and produced in partnership with Human Factor. For more information, visit convenience.org.